So I haven't reached the end of the earth yet, but I do think this might be the best. I want my scissors to make that noise. Coming up, Fiskars utility knives, scissors that are likely gonna end up in my drawer. All right, so I'm in my happy place. This is like my favorite thing to do. I'm not gonna lie, I canceled Wyatt and Alexis yesterday and said, I'm in the zone. I'm organizing my toolbox, which I'll show you in a minute here. But the greater theme of the garage to me is it's kind of like detailing, where you put in the work, you do the paint correction, you do the protection, so that way then you can enjoy the user experience. You can enjoy the process. It makes maintaining and caring for your car better, I think. And so I feel the same way about setting up a drawer and doing something as simple as, Sonic makes it easy for us. You have the Sonic cabinet with the Sonic foam inlay system, and everything just fits. It's organized, it's structured. If I take a 26 millimeter out and I open the drawer, I know where it goes. I know when I'm missing something. In fact, I know right now, I didn't plan for this in the video, but I know I'm missing the 1/2 inch, whatever that thing is called, hex there. And so I need to order one of those. I don't know where it went, where it disappeared to, where it got lost, but I know it's missing. And I want my life to feel that way. I say this often to the guys here. I said this to my insurance agent. I said, look, if my house burned down, I could probably get 95% of every single drawer and every single thing that we own down on a spreadsheet after the fact, not, just out of memory. And so I have this big 30,000 square foot building, and so I want the building to feel the same way. And so I start with the details, and I start with the drawers. And so the drawer of interest here today is my miscellaneous drawer. This is like the function drawer. Now, I'm not doing house type stuff here, and so I don't have like nail guns and circular saws here at HQ. Mike has all that stuff because he's doing all the building here. I'm not doing any of that. And so my catch-all drawer here is a little bit different than at my house, but I want to go through this drawer and sort of talk about the Fiskars tools. I mean, that's sort of the theme of this video. I'm looking for some of your feedback as well, as I'm sort of developing and figuring out, am I going to carry Stabila levels? Am I going to do Tajima tape measures or Stabila tape measures or Milwaukee? What goes in my drawer? And I have some different stuff here versus at my house. But let me just show you organization, like what I've been working on here the last few days. I've been working on this drawer right here. So Tool Grid, if you're unfamiliar, is the organization system. This is a combination of Hazette, Wera, Koken, and this is like, I think this is my 5th time organizing a 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch socket set. Socket, when a wrench, or whatever you want to call it, socket and ratchet, that's the word I was looking for, set. And so going through this process, every time I add and subtract, I eliminate some tools. I pulled some stuff out that I don't think I want. I found a few that were missing that I need to get and make sure that I have complete. I have 2, 3, 4 empty holes here of some of the pieces that I'm missing. But this process of organization, I will tell you, these 2 drawers, because I set the stopwatch on it, I'm about 20 hours into putting these 2 drawers together. So yesterday I sat here from 9 a.m. until I think it was 6 p.m., 5-ish p.m. So I put in a solid 8 hours. I didn't eat lunch. I didn't stop. I didn't do anything but this. Even I took a meeting while I was organizing, and so it was nonstop. I think I maybe went to the bathroom twice or something like that. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's my happy place. And I still have probably another maybe 2 hours, probably another 4 or 5 hours, because I'm gonna put labels on all of this, and then I'm gonna, I gotta screw it all down. I've only screwed down about 1/3 of it. But let's talk about this drawer here today. So These tools are something that I'm really interested in. I kind of went down a rabbit hole one weekend and looking for a blade, like a typical utility knife. Not a traditional pocket knife, but a pocket style flip type utility knife. I ended up on ordering this a Civivi, which I think is just a Chinese made tool. A lot of complaints on this I saw in some of the videos I watched is you need a little T8 in order to change the blade. So this one is just small, compact, lightweight. I kind of have that here, but I wanted a fully functioning utility knife, one that I use a utility knife all the darn time, opening boxes because I'm always buying crap, but also I'm cutting like tool grid, I'm cutting Swiss tracks where I really need to lean in, and so this tool here I think makes a lot of sense. It's compact. It's got a pretty stout belt clip. If you were going to belt clip this, you probably need to stretch it out a little bit. The blade replacement I think is pretty simple here. To push the button. So what you do is I push this in, pull up, push that in, pull up, and the blade's been super stout. The quality of these Fiskars blades is freaking awesome. Really expensive, but really awesome. It's a little fatter, a little heftier, but to me, I like the bigger handle. The orange is going to get real greasy and dirty, so I'm going to have to keep it clean here. Maybe get a nice one and then a beater one. But it does have a nice grip and nice feel to where when I'm leading in and cutting stuff. So I think this makes the cut. This one I do not like. So I think they're going to pull this out of the drawer. So this is your normal push button style or retractable blade style. It feels different than this. It feels hollow and cheap, largely because it is a flip open type. The push button is not great. So I didn't really like this one very much. So I think I'll probably eliminate this blade, this retractable one. So you have your blade storage here. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably keep it in my drawer, but it's not something I'm super wild about. It just doesn't feel the same as this does. And then now this feels completely different. Instead of doing the retractable, this is the fixed blade version. But check this out. This is genius. So you have the little flip out cover, and the cover goes down into the handle. I think that's sick. And I'm telling you, this one feels, it is metal, but it feels cheap. This one feels like these two feel different. They've got the nicer push button, this little metal, carbon steel type push button, and then you flip out the little protector. And I mean, what's the difference there? I mean, I could still put this in my pocket and be safe. I probably wouldn't, but I mean, if so, I think these two are awesome. Of all the fixed blades, what's that? Lennox, I think Lennox is the brand that makes a nice blade. I actually have some of them here, so I bought some of these. Yeah, the Lennox stuff, Lowe's, whatever. These Lennox blades are the carbide type blades, so I bought those because they're kind of nice. And then I gotta solve this for us. These are so hard to buy. Amazon's kind of janky and the pricing was weird. Sometimes they'll put these products on Amazon, but they're like 30, 40, 50% more because they're probably not supposed to be on Amazon. And so it's like resellers that put them up there that aren't supposed to. But this X-Acto type or replaceable, where you snap type blade type of utility, I think this is nice too. Now this is 18 millimeter, and they make a smaller 12 millimeter, but I haven't. And I got some replacement blades here. They're Carbon Max blades, they call them. But I feel like the Fiskars blades are nicer than other examples. And so I really want to add that extra tool. It kind of stinks because I don't know that I left myself room for it. So what I'll probably do is replace this, get this out of here, and then do the 12 millimeter version, because I'd like to have the smaller version of the retractable blade type, snap blade type of utility knife. So 1, 2, 3, 4 would be kind of my combination of knives, and then again I have my ceviche little Amazon guy here as my little tiny one that I throw in the pocket. I think that makes a lot of sense here. But I think the best part of the Fiskars brand here, which I was shocked, I just ordered these on a whim just to see these blades. Just, I don't know, this is made in the USA. They just seem better. They seem to be lasting longer. They dull less than the Milwaukees that I've been using. But I think, I want to say this is the most you can buy, this little 10-pack here. And I think this was like $30 or something. So it wasn't cheap. It's really expensive. You know, that gets me fired up. And then I did a little X-Actos. So they have 4 of these guys. So just so I could figure out which one I liked. So the traditional style, you know, I like this little X-Acto version. Let's try not to impale myself. But metal handle. So this is aluminum, and you've got the little grip here, so I can, you know, do my exact cutting. It's pretty sweet, I think. And then you would just push this. Let's see, how do I replace the blade? Oh, twist the handle, and that'll allow you to release the blade. And then this guy, a lot of people at OG saw this and really liked this. So this one's really, you know, pencil type if you hold your pencil correctly. How do you hold your pencil right, Alexis? No. You do one of these deals like,
how do you hold your?
Yeah, see, this drives me crazy. Don't cut yourself. Want to show me how you hold a pencil?
I'm gonna get made fun of for the rest of my life.
No, everybody does this. Yeah, okay. You're a righty or lefty?
Righty.
Yeah. My kids do that too. They kind of do this. But like they drilled it into our heads when I was a kid in school, like on exactly how to hold the pencil. But if you hold the pencil correctly, this guy has a really ergonomic feel. And you know, I don't use this often, but it's nice to have, especially if you're doing detail work around the garage. And so this one is super ergonomic. You obviously would twist this to change the blade, lock it down. But yeah, that's one of the things I notice. A lot of people, anytime you see someone, it's very rare that somebody holds a pencil correctly. I just couldn't imagine. You just hold the pencil like this, drag your hand across as you're writing. I don't know, get your freaking 3 fingers, goes like this. This is the natural thing. Remember, those of you who grew up in the 80s, you know, they had those little ball thingies that would go on the end of your pencil, so your fingers like went in the exact right spot. That's what this feels like. These other ones I don't really like very much. They're plastic. It's more of like a crafting style, I guess. But these plastic ones won't make the cut, so I don't like these as much. I probably shouldn't have reserved a spot in my cabinet for them. But these are these are industrial, and so I think that my setup will look like this, and then these will get eliminated. The other things that I think you're going to want, these scissors are incredible. Just listen to that. That's good. Titanium, was it titanium nitride? I cut some paper with this the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, just listen to that. That's just satisfying there. And these are like $20 or something. They're not crazy expensive. They're not like my $600 Japanese scissors. You guys haven't seen those yet. I'll bring those. But these are great. And you can beat them up and just replace them. But I wanted some beater scissors. And so they make these beater ones too. And so these are called Fiskars Pro, the Power Arc. So these are like high leverage scissors. So these aren't going to cut as precisely. You know, it doesn't have the same sound to it, and there's like a little bit of a stick to it because they're like tightly bound together. And then this, if we need some higher leverage, you've got the spring type. So I felt like these were nice to have as well. So I had kind of the combination of the precision scissors, cutting paper, cutting, you know, I don't know, fabrics and stuff where I needed it precise, and then the higher leverage stuff where if I needed to do something, you know, more aggressive. And then I also have a set of like crappy, there's got to be a better version of these guys. I knew it was close. So then I've got like a pair of like tin type heavy duty scissors for really jacking into, you know, cutting stuff that needs to be snipped tighter. But I love this combination of the Fiskar lineup. I think this is going to be my setup here. Now, I'm foreshadowing and sharing this with you, but I think in your drawer, man, I don't know why I have been accepting like the utility knives that I've just been sort of given or found or ended up with. It's always like I ended up with. And so now I feel like this combination, like add in that one tool, you got yourself a pretty sick setup. And then here's the best part, let's say I had all this stuff out and I just come in here and I put all my tools away, nice and organized in the right spot. I mean, this is where it's at for me, people. So I think you want a taste of this life. Just keep following me. I'll get you there. Other tools. So but these are nice-ish. It's a nice tape measure, but I feel like these Tajimas are even better. So check this out. So as I pull it out, it's locked. I can lock it completely, so now it's tautly locked, or I can release it. All right, so I can leave it here sort of semi-locked, and then I can pull it back in, or I can lock it in place. Now, I wish this was like anodized aluminum. It's plastic. But I mean, this was like 25 bucks or something like that. These are pretty nice. I like that a lot. Now, I don't know how this would hold up in an industrial environment. You probably want something like a traditional, lock here. So I'm not sure. I mean, these are just like all the others. I think probably the Stanley Fat Max is probably better than this, but I wanted the fancy German tool here. And then I did get the 100-footer version. The other things I have in this drawer, is it Hosen tweezers? It's like a reverse tweezer. Look at those guys. That thing's pretty sick. They have this other precise version. The PP100. I like the little 3 holes there. And then I've got to bring my Knipex has some really nice tweezers. You got to get these in your life. This is the skin wedge tool for prying stuff. I have like 4 of these in my cabinet here. These we have in the OG store already. And my air tools, the Akira one, it's awesome. And then I bought the 5-level Stabila level set. So you have the little 10-incher, what size is this one? 16, then the 30, the 24, the 32, and then I have the 48, and then it also comes with the big boy, which I hung on the side here. So I've got the 6-footer, I believe. Yeah. The 78-incher. So it comes in a 5-pack. I bought it from KC Tools. It's a awesome level set. And so I have all Sonic in these drawers, a combination of Sonic in foam and Sonic in tool grid. And so then I'm going to have probably 1.5 rolling boxes. That's my list of boxes that I'm kind of emptying out. But I have my Sonic boxes that I'll have rolling with my fancy tools. And it's a good combination of some fun stuff. And I'll discover more. I need, center punches, and, I need a bunch of other stuff to fill in the gaps. I'm going to put hammers and chisels and all the things that I would want for the garage. So remember, part of my life here is to shop for the stuff and to find it and to create systems, and then sometimes use it. That's my role in this world. So anyway, stay tuned for, we're going to try to get Fiskars in the OG store. Stay tuned also for, we're going to adjust and make our packages a bit more simplified. And so I've got a good idea of how that's going to look. We're going to have the Matt Mormon collection, and then we'll have sort of a la carte little kits to make it more palatable. Like that little kit of Fiskars, I think we'll kind of put that together with scissors and knives and kind of make it a little package. And but then, possibly have a couple little a la carte packages. So anyway, stay tuned for that. And if you want to watch I'll probably set the camera up and do some long format drawer organization on the Matt Mormon channel. I'll put a link in the description. Go to my personal channel where we do the old school OG long form stuff. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. I'd really love it if you, I hate saying this, but we get lots of new people watching this stuff. It'd be nice if you hit subscribe, that subscribe thing, and the numbers don't really matter other than it's going to help me go out and pitch brands on, letting me offer their stuff and provide you the information. So if you found value here, hit the subscribe button, and I really appreciate it. So thanks for watching. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. This is what I'm born to do. Somebody's got to do it, so why not me? Thanks for watching.